It's another great day on the Copperhead Road Homestead. Come and join us. This is one of my Thuja green giant Arborvitae. I planted about 53, 54, I forget exactly how many of these, but I planted these about 18 months ago. They're supposed to grow, I don't know, anywhere from 2, 3, 4, even 5 foot a year. These haven't grown that much yet. However, sometimes at first they have to focus on root development before they can grow much. I don't know how well it's showing up, but this winter they've turned a bit brownish. You can see that here. They're a little bit darker colored than the typical green evergreens. But from what I've read, that's very typical, that sometimes they do this in the winter time and then they green up nice and bright green back in the spring and summer. Planted a lot of trees since I've been here on this homestead. I don't know, probably 200-300 of them total, and I've got another 100 coming very soon. However, most of the other ones that I've planted are for some kind of berries or fruit or whatever else it may be. A couple that might be for firewood or fence posts. This one is almost strictly for us and our purposes ornamental and living fence. It may or may not be right for you, but if it does what it's supposed to and grows about 2 or 3 or 4 foot a year after the first year or two, then I'll be pretty pleased with this plant. Here's just a few images that I found online. You can do your own search on Google Images to see what they might look like when they're fully grown. They can grow up to 60, I think I even read up to 80 feet in height and a diameter of 10 or 12 feet. According to my research, the Arborvitae has been used to make a tincture that would treat warts, ringworm, and thrush. There's also, according to my research, some individuals who have made tea out of it that would be useful for the vitamin C. I've never done this, so do at your own risk. Whilst it might be the case that you can make a tincture or a tea from the Thuja leaves from the green giant, the main reason we purchased it was because we got our property surveyed. Shortly after being here, we wanted to make sure that everything we planted as far as perennials and trees and fruit bearers and whatever it may be, or a garden was going to be on our property. So the property had never been surveyed, even though the property has been in my family for over 100 years. We planted that to probably about, 1-2 feet or so from the north property line. And also, as I've already said, because north of us, there's a residential neighborhood. We've got lots of neighbors up there. South of us is open land and maybe tilled a little bit, I forget. And same thing goes for west of us and east of us. But we want to make sure that we want to bother as far as our farm for anyone in the neighborhood. So we planted these trees as a windscreen, as a living fence, and hopefully in a few years they'll take off growing. I might, as I searched online, add some kind of fertilizer. We've got some wood chip mulch all around them, but if we add that fertilizer, then maybe they'll take off in growth a bit more than they have in the past. We planted all 50 of the Arborvitae that we planted without any soil amendments or any fertilizer or any extra watering. And all of them, except for one this last spring, we replaced. And this one looks like they have green on them. This one looks like it's just about had it. It's all very light colored brown and not the same bronze color as that other one that I showed you just a moment ago. So we've had pretty good luck with them. I think that's what, if we planted 50 of them and only 2 of them have died, that's 96%, and that's pretty good. So that's the Arborvitae. I'm planning on posting a few videos about some of the other trees that we've planted here, especially as we've planted them, or I've got some more trees coming, as I've already mentioned a few times. Have I mentioned that I've got some other trees coming? pretty excited about that. Anyway, I'm gonna post about those. I'm gonna post about some of the other species that we have in addition to some of our perennial ground cover and vines and things of that nature, our garden we plant in. I'm gonna give you a little bit more detail about some of our animals that what we're doing with those animals. So please stay tuned. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe and hit that bell. And if you would share it with your friends, that would be helpful for me as well. Thank you.